What it do, YouTube? It's your boy MachineZo MachZody MachineZo, and we coming back with another react. This time we is reacting to the B-Ball Explained. Every NBA player who broke a unbreakable record probably ain't never gonna get touched. So that's what we doing today. We in the basketball world. As you can see, I got my triple D on. You feel me? Dirty Dally. Bit 4-1. The LeBron killer. You get what I'm saying? Nah, I just like dirt. You feel what I'm saying? Had to get me some Texas merch. But we gonna tap into the video. Subscribe to B-Ball Explained if you like interesting basketball facts. Subscribe to me if you like reacts. Let's go.
42,184 career points.
Woo!
LeBron James passed 42,000 points.
And still counting. The boy's still playing. The man's still playing. He probably gonna play about 1 or 2 more years. I don't know. You let me know what you think. But 42 consistent, barely injured. Good luck trying to catch that bad boy. We already knew this should have been on the list. This is #1 on the list.
Jaws dragging on hardwood. The record people said would never be touched, crushed. Kareem's mark of 38,387 helped.
That boy there, 39, 40, 41, 42, 4,000 more points, and probably gonna be about 6,000 maybe by the time he finish. Differential from Kareem, the nigga with the crazy hook shot that nobody could stop. Nigga hook shot him from damn near the 3-point line. Yeah, good luck. You gotta be a super freak athlete and never get hurt to break this record. Play all 20 years, 22, 23 years, playoffs, and don't miss the playoffs. You gotta be one of a kind.
Long since the spring of 1984. That's over 38 years of legends trying and failing. But LeBron didn't just inch past, he stomped it into the floor.
And still going.
Kareem had 2 decades of domination, nearly 1,600 games, and enough skyhooks to last several lifetimes. His consistency was insane, dropping 20+ a game in 17 seasons.
Damn.
Back then, he wasn't chucking threes either. Dude made 1 3-pointer his entire career, just 1.
1 3-pointer, and you scored 38,000. Boy was a problem on the court for sure.
That's not a typo. He did it all in the paint and at the line. Now flip to LeBron, straight out of high school. At 18, he took the long road, playing over 1,500 games across 22
years
seasons.
Old. You gotta start
His
at
scoring
17
came
years
from
old.
every inch of the floor. 3-pointers, over
It's unbreakable.
2,500. He adapted, evolved, and basically rewrote the blueprint. His true shooting percentage sat at 59%, an efficiency machine. And his conditioning, unreal, still dominating.
True shooting percentage is damn near 60. That means out of 100 shots, your boy is hitting damn near 59, 60, damn near all the time. We're gonna put some captions on for y'all, because this is crazy.
40. Kareem's record felt eternal, but LeBron made history with a jumper that turned time itself. 38 years and 308 days. That's how long the throne stood. Now it belongs to LeBron James, averaging a triple-double for a season. Back in 2017,
Ooh.
Russell Westbrook.
See, definitely remember this. This was out of his body, which I never understood the Russell Westbrook slander. Never ever understood it, but my boy is him. He's a triple-double Hall of Famer.
Didn't just make noise. He shook up
Stamp.
a record people had stopped even dreaming about, averaging a triple-double across an entire season. Yeah, that was supposed to stay in the vault with Oscar Robertson, but Westbrook kicked the door in and did it anyway. Oscar had owned that legendary mark since the early 60s. 30.8 points, 12.5 rebounds, and 11.4 assists per game. He did it when the game moved fast, possessions piled up, and teams shot like it was dodgeball. 41 triple-doubles in 1 season? Insane. And no one came close after that. Then Westbrook showed up with a season that felt like it came out of a video game. 31.6 points, 10.7 rebounds.
That boy got the triple-double in his eyes, boy. Who needs some points? Let me get that assist off. 31.6 points. Jesus Christ, boy, you goddamn efficiency machine. You grabbing your own rebounds off the misses.
10.4 assists. He didn't just match Oscar, he topped the triple-double count with 42. In today's NBA, where roles are specialized and pace slowed way down, that's 32. Ridiculous. He wasn't coasting either. Every game he was diving into traffic, snagging rebounds over centers, and firing assists like he had 6 eyes. That kind of production across 81 games? Absurd. Westbrook turned an untouchable feat into a fresh standard. He didn't just break the record, he made it modern. 4,058 career three-pointers. Steph Curry launching over 4,000 threes is what happens when math, rhythm.
All three of these so far certified Hall of Famers. Certified. Everybody know this boy right here is a super certified Hall of Famer. Crazy.
Ridiculous hand-eye coordination, former basketball player. He didn't just beat the record, he turned it into a museum exhibit. Ray Allen once held the crown with 2,973.
I ain't even gonna lie, when Curry did that, Ray Allen did not like that. He thought it was never gonna be done. And Ray Allen is one of the coldest three-point shooters, one of the coldest players. Ray Allen definitely is a Hall of Famer and gets his respect, deserves his respect. But he didn't think Curry was gonna be there to do that. Nobody did.
And it stood for nearly 11 years. But Curry passed that, then lapped it. Allen played 18 seasons, made threes at a 40% clip, and did it in an era that didn't worship the arc like today's game. He needed over 1,300 games to get there, and people thought that was untouchable. Not anymore. Curry broke the record at Madison Square Garden, of all places, and did it in just 789 games. He didn't just nudge past Allen. He stormed through him with 9,589 attempts and counting. He's hit over 4,000 now. And that percentage, 42.3. Wild. What made it so special?
Boy, shooting goddamn higher clip, better clip, more shots. Sheesh. Maybe if Ray Allen got to take more shots, he'd probably get a little bit higher percentage. But people don't understand, 42% of that is crazy. Bruh took 9,500 three-pointers and is hitting it at a 40% rate. That is really good. If you understand basketball and understand how hard shooting an NBA three is. It's not that difficult. I mean, it is very difficult to shoot an NBA three. Contested with tall, large players who about 6'5" average. Yeah, this man is a Hall of Famer. Not
How
only one
Curry
of the
changed
greatest.
the entire league while doing it. His range forced defenders out to the parking lot, and now every team is jacking threes like it's a contest. The league adjusted to him, not the other.
And that's another problem. Y'all not Curry, and y'all can't be Curry, man. Y'all working y'all game, try to be like Curry, but this man is one of a kind. You feel what I'm saying? His dad was an NBA player. His brother's in the NBA. He's one of a kind. His dad is one of a kind. His dad taught him the art of shooting. Y'all don't have that. So y'all shouldn't be trying to be like this man. Y'all should just be like yourselves. But at the end of the day, this is one of them that you just can't duplicate. He's one of a kind. He's going to go down as one of a kind.
Round. Allen held it for over a decade, but now it's Curry's world behind the arc. By the way, if you guys want to subscribe, I'm going to be posting every day. Thanks. Anyways, 30 assists in a single game. On December 30th, 1990, Scott Skiles didn't just run the offense, he turned it into a
30 assists in a single game. That alone is insane. Your teammates was balling, bro. Jesus, nobody was playing defense either. It must have been running
assist
fast breaks.
He dropped 30 assists in one game, passing the old record of 29 set by Kevin Porter back in 1978. The Orlando Magic weren't even a powerhouse. They were 12-21 going into that night. The Nuggets, even worse. But that game, pure chaos.
Well, of course, 12-21 and your opponent is sorry. That means there was no defense being played. But shout out to you, bro, getting 30 assists off. Your dime package is definitely Hall of Fame.
Denver's frantic up-tempo style under Paul Westhead left them wide open, and Skiles took full advantage. He only played 44 minutes, but he carved up Denver's defense with precision.
That's a lot of time.
22 points, 6 rebounds, and 2 steals to go along with those 30 dimes. He shot over 50.
My man's dropped a huge double-double. He could have got a triple-double if he really wanted to. He probably ain't on no rebounds, but 22 points with 30 assists? That's crazy.
3% from the field and hit 2 of 3 from deep. 14 assists came in the first half, 10 more in the third, and 6 in the fourth. Denver's entire team only managed 14. It was like watching a guy with cheat codes installed. The opportunities were there, but it still took elite timing, vision, and execution. And honestly, a perfect storm. Today's game is way different.
I ain't gonna lie, 30 assists is crazy. It may seem unbreakable, but I think I know one person who just might can break it, bro. And that is Nikola Jokic. I feel like he's gotten up there with assists. Maybe Trey Young, if he just being fun, having a fun night, he probably could still drop 20 points with 30, depending on the team. Maybe if Trey was playing like a Charlotte. But I think Trey Young can get it. I think Nikola Jokic is definitely Jokic, the Joker. I think for sure, he's coming for that. He probably seen this and said, I can do that. And I think Nikola Jokic is going to top it with a 31 assist triple-double. But he just got to have the right teammates for it. Tell me what you think about that.
Slower pace, shared playmaking, tighter defense, everything stacked against the one guy doing that again.
I think Trey,
Skiles didn't just break the
maybe
record.
Tyrese Halliburton, maybe.
But number 30 is still sitting alone at the top.
For sure,
and
Trey
no
and
really
Nikola
come close
Jokic.
since.
Trey Young,
it's a perfect snapshot
Nikola
of how
Jokic.
one night can turn into NBA legend. Most consecutive 30-point games
Woo!
in the modern era.
I remember this. My boy was out his body. And I still think he's one of the greatest scorers of all time. But there's still D Wade out there. I think D Wade is a better shooting guard. And that's just me personally. D Wade did a lot, accomplished a lot fast. Who else is a good shooting guard? There's not really too many I could think of. Klay Thompson was out his body as a shooting guard, but James Harden he's one of them. As soon as he left off the bench for OKC, he came to Houston first game and took over. So
James Harden's 32-game
I don't know if they would have been what OKC would have been if they started him.
Wasn't just a hot streak, it was basketball madness stretched across
But
2
he can
full
never
months.
play defense.
From mid-December to late February, Harden was averaging over 41 points a night. Not just putting up numbers.
41 points a night, bro. That is a offensive guru. So maybe he didn't have defense, but for sure, put the ball in his hands if you want to score.
Was dragging defenders around like they were on leashes. Houston ran everything through him, and he made sure they got every last drop out of it. And what makes it crazier? He ended the streak with 28 points because he chose to stop. He could have gunned for more.
My boy could have been the GOAT. He could have been a GOAT of 30-pointers. But I think Shea could come for that now. SGA from OKC, I've been seeing him. He dropped 30s like it's nothing. But I don't know. Their 30 is a lot different. They both go to the line a lot. What do y'all think? Do y'all think SGA can break this record one day? Do y'all think that SGA has this capability of dropping 30s like James Harden was doing and getting 41 a night? Y'all let me know.
But he passed on chasing Wilt Chamberlain's ghost. That ghost? A mind-melting 65-game streak.
Yeah, freaky man ghost and shit. They damn near the same people, bro. Shit, I'm sure Wilt Chamberlain was in them strip clubs and them booty clubs. Shit, goddamn and shit. You know where Harden be at after every night. That's his therapy office, a strip club, get some nice food, and get a nice little show, just relax. You feel what I'm saying? And then the next night, he's so comfortable, he go out and drop 30, 40 on you.
Harden still owns the longest of this era. Kobe Bryant, he dropped 16 in a row during the 2002 to 2003 season, averaging...
Rest in peace to the Bean, rest in peace to the GOAT, right there. That boy right there smoked Kobe Bryant's record, though, for sure. 65
over
games.
40. Tracy McGrady got to 14 that same year while leading the league in scoring on a barely functioning Magic team.
These is all
Moses Malone
scoring
had
legends.
13 back in the early 80s, putting up over 31 and nearly 15 rebounds per game. Kevin Durant ran off 12 in 2014 while on his way to an MVP. Even legends like Michael Jordan, Shaq, and Steph Curry each hit 11 straight. Jordan's came in his 37-point season, Curry averaged 40, and Shaq bullied everything in sight. But
this boy Harden, bro, is a scoring legend. You gotta put him in the Hall of Fame for that. Because these is all Hall of Famers. You gotta put
32,
Harden in the
that
Hall
one
of Fame.
stands alone at the top of the modern era's scoring mountain. Youngest MVP in NBA history.
Ooh.
Derrick Rose winning Most Valuable Player at 22 years and 6 months old wasn't just impressive. It flipped the league's expectations on the...
If you know, this boy was unstoppable on 2K. Like, I want to say this was a 2K11 time, 2K12 time. Yeah, good luck trying to use the Bulls, because all you had to do was use rolls, and the Bulls' defense was crazy. They had no Kim Noah and Boozer. But really, all you had to do was just know how to use Derrick Rose, bro. He was out his body this season.
The 2010 to 2011 season belonged to him. He led the Chicago Bulls to a league-best 62-20 record while carrying the weight of a city still glowing from its Jordan-era memories. Rose played 81 games that year, logging nearly 38 minutes per night. He put up 25 points, nearly 8 assists, and over 4 rebounds per game.
That boy was goddamn almost averaging a triple-double in 81, or not triple-double, double-double in 81 games. This was ultimately the downfall, though, because I see it happen with Mr. Jeff Teague. It's just like all that jumping in the NBA, I guess the intensity of it every night, 81 games, it takes a toll on both knees. Both knees, all the jumping and dunking as 6-foot guards, 6'2" guards, it just takes so much toll on the knees. But one of the greatest runs I've ever witnessed with my own eyes, and he definitely deserved this accolade.
He shot 44.5% from the field, nailed over 85% from the line, and mixed in a decent clip from deep. His true shooting sat at 55%. Solid for a guy who was constantly facing double.
That is crazy. So he facing double team. Boy, ain't giving up the ball. Really wasn't too many other scorers. I think they had Heinrich. I don't remember. They didn't have too much. You feel what I'm saying? Boozer and Okeem Noah, they was there for defense. I don't even remember who played the forward. I want to say Heinrich played the 2. Either way, he was hitting half his shots. Truly hitting half his shots for an 81-game span. Yeah, he was playing out his body. He was super fast, super aggressive. This was a time to be alive.
What made that season special wasn't just the stats. It was how he transformed the Bulls. Under Thibs' grindhouse system, Rose was the engine. Explosive drives, insane finishes, fearless leadership. He grabbed 113 of 121 first-place MVP votes.
Sheesh.
That's not close. That's domination. Before him, the youngest MVP was Wes Unseld at 23.
Damn.
Rose beat that by half a year, setting a new bar for young
And
stars.
if you didn't know, this man has a Bullets jersey on. That is so long ago that this is Washington Wizards now. That is the Washington team. It used to be the Bullets. So this is probably like 70s type deal. Wes Unseld. And I had one of these jerseys, but they changed it, of course, because of the violent nature of whatever. They just wanted to keep the violence out the NBA. They changed it to the Wizards. But that's crazy. This record been so long that goddamn Bullets wasn't even, or the Wizards wasn't even the Wizards.
And though his career hit some hard turns later on, the MVP run is still one of the brightest flashes of brilliance the NBA has ever seen.
Makes him a
Most
Hall of
points by a
Famer.
foreign-born player.
Hey!
Dirk Nowitzki didn't
I just got his jersey on. You feel me?
play in the NBA. He rewrote what international greatness looked like. Over 21 seasons with the Dallas
was
Mavericks,
cold.
he piled up 31,500.
But people don't know Jason Kidd was cold. Goddamn, they was just a scrappy team. That was under the Mark Cuban, and Mark Cuban definitely took care of his players. He took care of the fans. He was like one of the best owners by far. So this right here is crazy though. 31,000 points. Sheesh.
60 points. That put him 6th all-time when he walked away in 2019 and first among players born outside the United States. Nobody else had done it like him. He broke Hakeem's record on November 11th,
Damn.
2014, sliding past 26,946 points in a game against the Kings. Dirk hit 26,953 and never looked back. The crazy part, he made it look routine. That fadeaway, deadly. That shooting touch, silky. And through it all, he stayed with one team. The Mavericks were his only stop. Beyond the points, he was a 14-time.
Man, they did Luka wrong, bro. This is supposed to be Luka. I felt like Luka could have got this, but he's gone to better places. But shout out to Dirk. He's always gonna be a Dallas legend for sure.
Star, a league MVP in
They got a
2007,
statue of that
and the
man.
engine behind Dallas's only title in 2011.
Let's
he
go.
even picked up Finals MVP in
LeBron
that run,
stopper.
knocking off a loaded Miami squad. And let's not forget his 12 All-NBA selections. He was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2023, no questions asked. His game stretched the floor before it was cool. His loyalty, unmatched. Dirk didn't just score, he changed how people saw the power forward position. His legacy's not just in numbers, it's in every international player chasing a dream he proved was possible. Most triple-doubles in a single playoff run. Nikola Jokic turned the 2023 postseason.
And he's still going. Hall of Famer. All of these people, I assume, with these unbreakable records, are Hall of Famers.
Into his own stat padding showcase. With actual wins to back it up, he racked up 10 triple-doubles in just 20 games, breaking a record that had survived since the Johnson administration.
Believe me, he's still going. So this definitely is unbreakable until he retires, and he's probably gonna make the playoffs a lot. He made the playoff just off of his will. This last season, he done coached, he done played, he done assisted, he done rebound, he done scored. This man is doing everything. So I assume that they're gonna make the playoffs a lot. And he's definitely gonna get a lot of triple doubles as long as he can give them teammates can give him assists. Because the rebounds and points, he has got that covered for sure. Hall of Famer yet, and this man barely cares about the sport. I know he cares, you could tell when he plays, but he love them horses way more for sure.
Chamberlain's mark of 7 had stood tall since 1967, and Jokic
Damn.
just slid right past it
LeBron
like it
ain't
was
even hit
nothing.
that?
He sealed the deal with a 30-point, 14 rebound, 13 assist masterpiece in the Western Conference Finals against the Lakers. That wasn't just a triple-double. It punched Denver's ticket to the finals for the first time in franchise history. Over the full run, Jokic averaged 30 points, 13.5 rebounds, and nearly 10 assists. He shot 55% from the floor and over 46% from three. That's not just good for a center, it's criminal. In the finals, he even dropped a 32, 21, 10 game, which had literally never happened in NBA Finals history. And in that same Game 3, he and Jamal Murray both posted 30-point triple-doubles. First time ever, not just in the playoffs, in any
How the hell does that happen? How the hell y'all both get 30 points, y'all both get 10 rebounds, and y'all, what the hell? They was just playing both the facilitating role. That is insane.
game. He finished with 600 points, 269 boards,
Still
and
going.
190 assists.
He's still
And
going.
Finals MVP. This wasn't just a record-breaking postseason. It was a redefining one. Jokic didn't just change the game for big men. He tore up the whole blueprint. Best regular season record. The 2016 Golden State Warriors rewrote the win column.
Damn, this is crazy. If you remember this season, this is one of the greatest NBA seasons I've ever witnessed with my own eyes. And I know there's probably been a lot, but me personally, in my opinion, this is the one I witnessed. Everybody was tapping into these Warriors games, but when the playoffs came, they was running through the playoffs, and then the Cavs and the Warriors, one of the greatest finals I've ever seen. It was so gut-wrenching. It was so down to the wire. Every game was like an episode. We're going to run this because I'm excited.
73 victories,
I'm getting excited.
breaking the Bulls' legendary 72-10 record from the 90s. That run wasn't just dominant, it was mathematically absurd.
them
They
boys.
opened the season with 24 straight wins, the best start in NBA history across all major American leagues. No team had done that, not even close.
They
At
was a
home,
good team.
they stacked 54 straight wins across 2 seasons. On the road, they won 34 times, setting another league record. And across 82 games, they never lost 2 in a row. The level of focus, talent, and consistency was unreal. Steph Curry led the way, averaging over 30 points per game and hitting 402 threes. That's not just
30 points a game with 402 threes. This man was a three machine.
most ever. It broke basketball. He became the first unanimous MVP in league history. Draymond Green backed him up with 1,000 points, 500 rebounds, 500 assists, and triple.
My boy Dre was balling. See, this is that young Draymond. You feel what I'm saying? More focused, really kind of cared more. He was really chasing. You know what I'm saying? They was chasing that greatness. Not saying that he isn't now. He's just more of on the way out type of phase. You feel what I'm saying? He's doing more podcasts lately, kind of more shenanigans. But that Draymond Green, this early Draymond Green, he's still him. He was really him.
Steals and blocks. Klay Thompson bombs away,
This
including
boy
a
here.
45-point night.
Oh my God, what would he be without knee injuries? To be honest, he was damn near. Him and Curry was neck and neck. I wouldn't say he was a greater shooter than Curry, but his form and the way he shot the ball, his set point, you could damn near say he was right behind Curry. They wasn't the Splash Brothers for a reason. That man there can score the ball at his best when them knees was healthy. I understand his mobility is not at his finest now. He done moved on to better things in Dallas. He almost won a championship in Dallas. But his knees is not the same, man. And I know you need them knees to bend and get into that jump shot. And that's what he used to do. But it's all good, man. He's still a GOAT. All three of these are Hall of Famers for a fact.
Even with Steve Kerr out for 43 games, they went 39.
People don't realize how GOAT Steve Kerr is, too. I think to play with Jordan, win championships with Jordan, hit big shots, make big moments with Jordan, and then come to coach and win 4 championships as a coach. Bro, this man is a certified Hall of Famer. And whatever information he got from Jordan, that punch in the face, whatever happened with him and Jordan, all that, made him to be. I don't really agree. I don't really like Steve Kerr that much as a coach. It's not my team. But you got to admit, boy, is a Hall of Famer. Yes, sir, he is.
Or under Luke Walton. The death lineup brought chaos, speed, shooting, defense, all packed into one group. But in the finals, it unraveled. After leading 3 games to 1, they lost 3 straight to Cleveland.
Blocked by James.
That 73-9 season, it's
Blocked
the gold
by
standard
James.
for regular season greatness.
Bang!
Nobody's touched
3
it
from
since.
Kyrie.
Highest free throw percentage in a season. Jose Calderon, his 2008 to 2009 campaign was free throw perfection in motion. Playing for the Toronto Raptors, he hit 151 of his 154 attempts.
Damn,
That's a ridiculous 98.1%. And no,
And if you a shooter like that, I know he could have hit all 154, bro. Had the greatest free throw run ever. But them 3, man, was probably under pressure, man. Probably didn't think he was going to miss. Ball rolled out, arms feeling a little tired. But I know if he would get them 3 back, he would definitely want them back to be 100%.
that's not a typo. He missed just 3 shots from the line all season. Before Calderon, the best mark belonged to Calvin Murphy, who shot 95.8% back in the 1980 to 81 season. That number had stood for decades.
Damn.
But Calderon stepped up and drained them like it was a layup drill. To qualify for the free throw percentage title, a player needs at least 125 makes. Cleared that with room to spare. What makes this feat wild isn't just the percentage, it's the consistency. In 68 games with defenders, pressure, and fatigue, he stayed locked in. Most players would kill for a 75% clip. Calderon, he practically needed a telescope to see that low. This wasn't a guy living at the line either. He just made every trip count. Nobody since has topped it. And honestly, how do you beat 98.1? You have to be robotic. It's one of those records that doesn't get flashy headlines, but for pure efficiency and focus, it's absolutely untouchable. Most three-pointers in a single season. Steph Curry's 2015 to
Back at it again with the Curry boy.
2016 season didn't just break records, it detonated them.
One of my favorite
402
seasons.
three-pointers in 79 games. That's over 5 per night, and he shot them at over 45%. It's one of the wildest blends of volume and efficiency the league has ever seen.
That man
He
was
beat his own
breathing
record
basketball.
of 286 from the year before, and did it with time to spare. He wasn't
Damn
just
near doubled
chucking.
it.
He shot 50% from the field, 90% from the line, and made the exclusive 50-40-90 club while leading the league with 30.1 points per game.
Curry was out his
His
body
true
this
shooting,
season.
66.9%. Let that number sit for a second. And the league
That boy was shooting 67% true shooting. So out of all them shots, he was hitting 67%. Oh my God, bruh. Curry, teach, bruh. Let me see how he holding that ball, bruh. God damn, greatest shooter, bruh. You gotta have muscle memory, though. Like, perfect muscle memory, perfect form.
noticed
Perfect
Curry was
breathing.
named most valuable player for the second straight year. This time, unanimously. That
Curry the only person I know who goddamn get older and look younger. Birthday come around, he just go down and skin and shit, whatever.
never happened before. He also averaged over 2 steals a game and played just over 34 minutes per night, barely needing extended run to torch opponents. In February,
Y'all can feel how y'all feel. LeBron is LeBron. He's big, he's good, he's great. But I still think Curry better. That's just me. I love LeBron. I got LeBron maybe like 1.5, but he's definitely one for sure. He beat LeBron a lot. You gotta give it to him. I mean, they're not the same position, but for skillful shooting, yes sir. I think
tied
He
the
bigger
then
than
record
LeBron.
with 12 threes against the Thunder, including a game winner from 38 feet in overtime. Then on the final night of the season, he dropped
Shit
10
like that
more
ain't
against
supposed to
Memphis to
happen.
hit 402. That season didn't just change Curry's legacy, it forced the entire NBA to recalibrate how it viewed the three-point line. The old rules didn't apply anymore. He'd rewritten them.
That's crazy. Curry messed up the game. They started looking at analytics. Started to take the mid-range shot away, which is something that you still need for scoring because the three-pointer is not going to work every night. They're not going to give you layups at the basket. You need that in-between spot, and you still got to learn how to shoot that mid-range. Curry don't, but this is what happened with the NBA. Everybody try to copy Curry, and you can't copy something that's just unexplained. That's just not from here.
Youngest player to score 70 points.
My boy
On March
Book made the
24th,
list.
2017, Devin Booker didn't just put up numbers. He crashed through history with 70 points against the Celtics. At only 20 years
This
and
boy got that heart of Kobe, boy. You don't know if he white or he black.
145 days old, he became the youngest player ever to score that many in a single NBA game. He dropped it at TD Garden, a place where legends usually wear green, not purple and orange. Booker logged 45 minutes, hit 21 of 40 shots, nailed 4 from deep, and went 24 of 26 from the line. He didn't just get buckets, he got them
24,
efficiently.
26.
A true shooting percentage
They
of
was
68% speaks for itself. He added 8 boards, 6 assists, 3
True
steals,
shooting,
and a block
68.
just to round things out. He scored 51 in the second
feeling
half
good
alone,
that night.
including 28 in the fourth. Boston couldn't stop him. Nobody could. His 70 broke the Suns' previous scoring record of 60 set by Tom Chambers. It also set the highest single game point total ever against the Celtics. Before him, only 5 other players had scored 70 or more before him. Wilt Chamberlain, Kobe Bryant, David Thompson, Elgin Baylor, and David Robinson. Now Booker's in that
That was a GOAT list. Wilt, Kobe, Elgin Baylor. Sheesh.
and he got there first, age-wise. That night didn't just show off his scoring chops, it launched him onto a list of all-time performances, and he was just getting started. Lowest
Damn, my
winning
Booker had
percentage in a
grades?
season. The 2012 Charlotte Bobcats didn't just have a bad year, they had the worst year ever.
Damn, bro. Y'all on an Unbreakable record for nothing. Certified, not Hall of Famers, bro. This is Jordan's fault, bro. This was Jordan under Jordan management. Jordan was just doing this for the money. He ain't give a fuck about this team, and that was the result of this. None of these players look happy.
Their record, 7
look
and
awkward.
59. That's a 10.6% winning
7
rate. Worse than the
wins?
72 to 73
Whoever lost to
Sixers,
them,
who at least
goddamn,
managed
they
9
ass
wins.
beat.
They finished that lockout-shortened season on a 23-game losing streak, capped off with a blowout loss to the Knicks. It wasn't just one thing, it was everything. Offensively, they were last in the league, averaging 87 points per
had
game.
no
Defensively, even worse, giving up over 100. The
They had
roster
no offense,
was a
no
mix of
defense.
rookies and role players trying to play superhero ball. Gerald Henderson led the team with 15 points per game. Rookie Kemba Walker showed flashes but was tossed into the fire fast. Bismack Biyombo had some defensive upside but was still raw, averaging under 6 rebounds and just under 2 blocks. Paul Silas was on the bench for that disaster, and Rich Cho was in the front office. Michael Jordan owned it all. And yes, he watched this unfold from a front row seat.
That nigga didn't care. He was betting on all them damn games, Jordan. Y'all had wrong for this. The Bobcats, come on now. That's why the Hornets is the way they is today.
Struck out in the draft lottery, landing the second pick, despite having the best odds. They picked Michael Kidd-Gilchrist, who didn't exactly flip the franchise around. That season didn't just
Hell
break
no.
records. It became the blueprint for rock bottom in the NBA. Most total points and assists in a season. In
My boy.
2022, Trae Young
This is
didn't
one of my favorite point guards, like currently, like right now, because he's holding it down for the little guys. He boy only about 6 feet tall out there causing mayhem.
score. He orchestrated. He led the entire league in total points and total assists,
Causing
finishing with
mayhem.
2,155 and 737, respectively. That's not common. It's only happened once before.
That's a
Nate
walking
Archibald
bucket.
pulled it off
That's
in the
what that
early
is.
70s, and now Young's right there with him.
Lil
he played
Nate.
76 games and averaged 28.4 points and 9.7 assists per game. But those
Damn.
averages don't even tell the whole story.
It
He
don't.
was the engine behind everything the Hawks did on offense. Shot over 46% from the field, 38 from deep, and 90 from the line. His true shooting percentage, 60.3. That's elite efficiency, especially for a guy carrying the offensive load every single night. What makes this so wild is the era. Today's game has hyper-specialized roles. Scorers score, passers pass. Young did both, and he did them better than anyone else that season. It wasn't just volume either. He faced double teams, traps, and still kept finding ways to make plays. This wasn't just stat padding. It was sustained brilliance.
My boy a Hall
When you
of
top the
Famer.
league in both points and assists,
He
you're
on
not
his
just
way.
valuable. You're a
his
foundation.
way.
That season stamped Trae Young as one of the most complete offensive weapons in basketball. Most career triple-double. Russell Westbrook didn't just chase triple-doubles, he devoured them. With 215 total, he holds more than anyone in league history. 203 came in the regular season and 12 in the playoffs. That puts him ahead of legends like Oscar.
I think Jokic could catch him, but they both actively on the same team. So when he gets a triple-double, They both gotten triple doubles each game, or if he's gotten triple double for the Nuggets before. But I think it's catchable. I think Jokic could catch him in one day, someday. But 215 as a guard, good luck. I don't think no guard is catching that in the NBA.
Nikola Jokic, Magic Johnson, and LeBron James. He hit number 200 in 2024 while playing for the Nuggets, dishing out 14 assists to go with 10 rebounds and 12 points. His first triple-double came during his rookie season, and by 2017, he exploded. That year, he set the single-season record with 42 triple-doubles, breaking Oscar Robertson's long-standing mark. He averaged over 31 points, 10 rebounds, and 10 assists, and grabbed the MVP for that chaos-filled performance. And he didn't stop there. He averaged a triple-double, not once, not twice, but 4 separate seasons. 27.
He is a certified Hall of Famer. 4 seasons, you averaged a triple-double? Good grief. And all of that literally is just played off of playing hard. That's all Westbrook do is play hard. That boy run hard. He jump hard. Just a hard player. So if you got them kids out there watching this, bruh, play hard, work hard, get results.
2018, 2019, and again in 2021. Nobody else
he in the new
has done
decade
that,
with it.
period. As of May 2025, he's logged over 26,000 points, nearly 10,000 assists, and over 8,600 rebounds and 1,000.
Westbrook, before you retire, bro, you gotta get them rebounds, gang. We need you to go out with a goddamn triple-double, bro. It's only right. You got your first triple-double as a rookie. You just went triple-double crazy. So you got to get on them rebounds, gang. That's about 2 years worth of rebounding, bro. I need that. We need that, bro. Bro, you can certify platinum yourself in the Hall of Fame. You already in there, bro. We got to certify platinum you, bro. You got to have 10,000 rebounds, bro. We need that. You got to get on your rebounding rush, bro. I know you're going to see this. You a GOAT, my boy. Don't let them ever slander you, bro. They try to slander your last name. You one of them.
237 games. He's a stat sheet, wrecking ball. Westbrook's triple-doubles aren't just numbers. They're a reflection of how he plays. Non-stop energy,
Hard.
full tilt, every night. Love it or not, no one's done it more. Highest three-point percentage in a season. In the 2009 to 2010 season, Kyle Korver turned long-range shooting into an art exhibit. Playing for the Utah Jazz, he hit 59 of his 110 three-point attempts, finishing with a ridiculous 53.6% from deep. That's the best mark in league history for a
That boy job to come to work and shoot threes. Run spot up for a good jumper, bro. That was a hell of a job, bro. I wish I could apply for some shit like that on Indeed.
Season with at least 110 attempts. Yes, better than Steve Kerr, better than anyone. Korver did it in just 52 games, coming off the bench and logging under 19 minutes a night. He wasn't out there launching dozens of shots. He was patient.
Dude, where's my car? I always thought he looked like Ashton Kutcher. He looked like Ashton Kutcher with the Bieber haircut, but my boy right there was a three-point shooting legend.
Precise and deadly. He averaged just over 7 points per game, but nearly every one of them came off a laser-guided bomb from beyond the arc. Before that, Kerr held the record with 52.4% from 3 in the mid-90s. Korver cleared it and never looked back. No one's touched it since. And this wasn't a one-time fluke. Korver led the league in three-point percentage 4 different times.
Damn.
Nobody else has done that. Not even the usual suspects with all the highlight reels. His 2009 to 2010 season proved that efficiency can be just as jaw-dropping as volume. He didn't need to break scoreboards, just nets. It's still the gold standard for precision shooting from distance. Most free throw attempts in a game.
He deserved that, boy. Dwight Howard, I ain't even gonna lie. What can you do? The man damn near 7 foot. 7 foot muscle.
Didn't just set the
record
once.
His ass.
He went back and did it again. 39 free throw attempts in a single game. Not once, but twice. First on January 12th, 2012 with the Magic, then again on March 12th, 2013 with the Lakers. The guy practically turned the stripe into a second home. The first came in Oakland against the Warriors, where Golden State spammed the Hack-a-Howard button all night long. Howard dropped 45 points and snagged 23 rebounds. He only hit 21 of those 39 free throws, but he still broke Wilt Chamberlain's record of 34 attempts that had stood since 1962. That's 5 decades of history erased by a barrage of whistles. A little over a year later, he repeated the madness, this time in Orlando In front of a hostile crowd that definitely remembered how things ended with him there, he scored 39 points, pulled in 16 boards, and sank 25 free throws out of 39 tries. That game set a Lakers franchise record for free throws made and attempted. These weren't flukes. Teams were using every trick to stop him, but Howard still put up massive numbers. Love or hate the strategy, those games showed how dominant and polarizing he really was inside. Most playoff points in a career. LeBron James owns the postseason with 8,289 playoff points across 292 games.
Damn, LeBron, I know that you want that 10-piece, bruh. I don't know, bruh. That's like 4 years of postseason work to get to the 10-piece, maybe even 5, bruh. You ain't got that type of time. But shit, 8,000, that's pretty good, bruh. That's still hard to do.
Sits atop the NBA's all-time playoff scoring list by a mile.
Straight.
He passed Michael Jordan's 5,987 back in 2017 and has just kept adding to the pile since. That's not just volume, it's consistency. LeBron averages 28.4 points per playoff game, and he's done it for multiple franchises in different eras against different dynasties. Nearly 3,000 field goals, 483s, and over 1,800 made free throws.
Damn.
That's an all-you-can-eat buffet of offense. And his shooting splits, just under 50% from the field, and over 58 in true shooting. That's not just efficient, it's surgical. He also leads in playoff games played, minutes, wins, field goals, turnovers. Because when you
don't chase LeBron record, chase another nigga record. Cause this man got some unbreakable records for real. No doubt.
Carry that many playoff loads, you get the good and the bad. He's logged over 12,000 playoff minutes.
My boy got a leopard sleeve on, ain't it? What they got going on?
Not just durability, it's
I forgot to cut something off. My bad. We is back to the video.
season survival. From Cleveland to Miami to Los Angeles, LeBron's playoff legacy isn't just built on highlight reels. It's numbers like these. He's passed every milestone, 6,000 points, 7,000, then 8. His postseason career is basically its own era. Future players will chase his total, but catching it, that's a whole different game. Most scoring titles in a career. Michael Jordan didn't just score, he owned the category. He led the league in points per game.
That boy breathed basketball. Look how he holding that ball, bro. That's his only wife.
Times, more than any player in NBA history. From 1998, if Jordan was on the court, odds were high. He was leading the league in scoring. He first topped the charts in the 1986 to 87 season with an absurd.
Look at that muscle right there, bro. That's that mid-range muscle, bro. You gotta have a mid-range, goddamn, have that type of tricep, bro. What the fuck type of workout you doing?
7.1 points per game. Then he just
Gatorade
kept
sweat.
going. 35 the next year, 32.5 the year after, and so on. He rattled off 7 straight scoring titles from 1987 through 1993, tying Wilt Chamberlain for the longest such streak ever. After his first retirement, Jordan came back and picked up right where he left off, winning 3 more scoring titles from 1996 through 1998. He closed out his final full season with 28.7 points per game at age 35. Across his regular season career, he averaged 30.1 points per game, the highest ever. In the playoffs, 33.4. Also number 1, he had 562 games with 30 or more, 173 with 40 or more, 31 with 50, and 4 with 60 or more. Jordan's 10 scoring titles weren't just a stat. They were a message. Nobody got buckets like him, and no one ever will at that clip.
Yeah, that was the type of dude Jordan was. Like, you want to see greatness? You want me to show you what greatness is? This is what greatness look like. And he gonna flaunt it in his game.
Most steals in a season. In the 1985 to 86 season, Alvin Robertson didn't just defend, he raided. He finished with 301 steals, the most ever recorded in a single NBA season. Nobody's touched that number since, not even close. Over 82 games, he averaged 3.67 steals per night, which is basically robbery.
damn near average 4 steals. So every game he was gonna steal the ball from you. Facts. I don't think there was hold on. Let's
A
see.
basketball in hand. He wasn't just camping in passing lanes either. He was everywhere, snatching the ball, stripping dribblers, disrupting offenses like it was second nature. At 35 minutes per game, he also poured in 17 points, grabbed over 6 rebounds, and dished out 5.5 assists. And he shot over 51% from the field. The guy was a problem. That season earned him a pile of hardware. Defensive Player of the Year, Most Improved Player, an All-Star nod, All-NBA Second Team, an all-defensive second team. Not bad for a guy whose main job was to ruin everyone else's game plan. And his defensive legacy didn't stop there. He still holds the highest career steals per game average at 2.71. He's also the only guard to ever post a quadruple-double, 20 points, 11 boards, 10 assists, and 10 steals in one game. Robertson's 301 steals remain one of the most underrated, untouchable marks in league history.
Y'all, as NBA players, let the ball get stole from you 10 times in one game? That boy must have been a real problem.
It's defensive excellence in its purest, most relentless form. Most free throws made without a miss in a playoff game. On May 17th, 2011, Dirk Nowitzki turned the charity stripe into a weapon. He hit 24 free throws on 24 attempts in Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals against Oklahoma City. That's the most made without a miss in a playoff game, breaking Paul Pierce's old mark of 21. Dirk wasn't just cashing in freebies, he was cooking. He dropped 48 points on just 15 shots from the field, hitting 12 of them. That's 80% from the floor, while drawing fouls from 7 different defenders, including all 5 allowed on Serge Ibaka. It wasn't just dominance, it was surgical. Every time the Thunder tried to slow him down, he punished them from the line. Calm, routine, automatic. It didn't matter who they threw at him. He just kept rising, drawing contact, and heading back to the line. His perfection at the stripe helped the Mavericks take a 1-0 series lead with a 121-112 win. That night wasn't just efficient, it was historically absurd. A playoff game where a player misses 1 field goal and 0 free throws, that's unicorn level stuff. And it helped set the tone for a run that would end with a championship. Dirk didn't just shoot well, he carved his name into playoff lore. Most blocks in a season. Mark Eaton's season wasn't just strong, it was ridiculous. He finished with 456 blocks across 82 games. That's over 5 blocks a game. Nobody's ever come close to touching that since. Before Eaton did it, no one had even crossed that line. And now it's just this ghost number towering over every shot blocker who's dared to try. What makes it wild is the consistency.
Victor Wembanyama. He probably coming for that one. I ain't gonna lie to you.
He didn't miss a single game and still averaged more blocks per game than some centers average rebounds. It forced teams to rethink their entire offense when facing Utah. Players just stopped going inside because they knew Eaton was lurking like a skyscraper with arms.
Victor Wembanyama.
It wasn't just a bunch of lucky swats. He was reading plays, positioning perfectly, and turning back shots like it was his actual job. Well, it kind of was. He wasn't padding stats either. The guy grabbed 11 boards a night, threw in almost 10 points, and still had the energy to block 5.5 shots every game. That year earned him Defensive Player of the Year and all-defensive first-team honors. The records stood for nearly 4 decades. In today's league, with pace and space and less focus on rim protectors, it's probably safe to say nobody's breaking that. Most steals in a half. TJ McConnell did something no one had ever pulled off before. He swiped 9 steals in just one half on March 3rd, 2021. That broke the old mark of 8, a record that guys like Michael Jordan and Fat Lever had shared. Pretty impressive company to leave in the dust. And McConnell didn't even start the game. He came off the bench and still managed to rattle the Cavaliers so badly they probably started checking their pockets at halftime. His timing was laser sharp, reading passes like he'd written the other team's playbook. By the time the second half rolled around, Cleveland must have been begging for a timeout that never came. What's even crazier is he didn't stop at 9 steals. He finished with 16 points, 13 assists, and 10 steals. Yep, a triple-double, but not just any triple-double. He's the only player in NBA history to get one with steals off the bench, and he did it on a perfect 8-for-8 shooting night. His defense basically turned the tide in a game they were losing by 19 points. That kind of hustle shifted the whole energy and helped Indiana.
TJ. He is currently in the finals right now. But that is the video, man. We is done with it. I hope you enjoyed it. From B-Ball Explain, all the unbroken and unbreakable records that probably won't be broken. There's a few I see a little cracks in. I have a slither of life with the young talent that we've seen today. But that is the video, man. I am Work Machine Zo. Chill life is Zo. Subscribe to me, like, comment on the video. Tell me what you think. Tell me how you feel. And until then, we'll be back with another one. And that is that. Peace.